Hello, my beautiful Aquarius. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just shuffling up right now, catching a vibe, getting ready to do your January 2020 readings. For those that are new, welcome. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. For those that are returning, thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and building up this platform in the last year to over 90,000 subscribers. Thank you, guys. This community that we're building here is super dope. And like I tell you guys always, it's a privilege and honor to be able to connect with you guys, all right, and read for you guys, you know, and do this thing called Ascension with you all. So thank you. For those that would like to book personal readings with me, I'm still offering those, guys. That's my passion, so I'll always offer personal readings, all right? But they're live either via Skype, WhatsApp, or regular phone. They're not pre-recorded, so if you're interested, just see below the email, my email address, shoot me over a request and I'll send you over the link for my calendar, okay? For those that are interested in additional content from the monthlies that I post on YouTube, you can check a link for my Patreon. It is members only, but I do offer daily and weekly readings there. All right, for all those that have joined the Patreon, thank you so much, guys. I'm excited to connect with you guys on a more regular basis for 2020. It's going to be fun, okay? And for the Patreon guys, that's not where you go if it's been a one-off, like this reading resonates and you haven't read or watched my other readings, or you haven't given yourself time to see if you actually resonate with me as a person, right? Or else you're not going to find value with the Patreon. But if you've been watching for a while and you really resonate with me as an individual, then you'll enjoy the Patreon. They're like little versions. The daily readings are like little versions of these monthly ones here. And then I do weekly love readings, and those we talk about anything, okay? But yeah, for those that timestamp the reading prior to the prayer, thank you, guys. Please continue to do so, and I'll continue to try to remember to pin the comment with the timestamp. For those that are new, if you want to avoid or bypass this intro, just look for the timestamp. Angel Gang's really good at doing that for you guys, okay? We are going to be using Cynthia Harrison's The Honest Truth Tarot, the second edition. I'll put a link for her deck below. We'll use that for the 9-card spread. I'm using this deck for all the signs, but I'm also going to start the reading and crown it with a card from the Chateau Averies, because it only has the major arcana, so we can kind of hone in on what the overall energy is, but from a more, because the major arcana is a lot more intense, it's more isolated, it's more direct, the energy. So we're going to start off with one of these, then we'll clarify with the fairy godmother, the Lenormand, the golden Lenormand, Venetian Lenormand, and then the oracle like usual. All right, so you guys can timestamp now. We're gonna get into prayer, okay? I love you guys. Happy New Year. I'm excited. I'm thrilled that we're going into 2020. I don't even give a shit what happens. No, I can't say that. Anyway, let's go into prayer. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective sign of Aquarius. Please allow me to communicate with them the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels for everything you do for me and the collective, all the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you, so glory be to the Most High, forever and ever. Amen. All right. Okay, let's see what the overall energy for my beautiful Aquarius. I feel very good about the collective going into Aquarius season. I feel like your birthday season, guys, is going to be lit in a good way. As like a collective, I feel like there's going to be a hella turning point in February, where I feel like a lot of the collective are going to actually manifest in the 3D a lot of the work and the change that has been happening internally, the internal transformation that has been happening over the past 14 to 18 months, some of you even longer. It's really going to manifest in the next 6 to 8 weeks for many of you in some form or fashion. Some of you, it's a surprise. Some of you, it's right on time. Some of you, you were expecting it yesterday. But anyways, let's see what the overall energy is. And we've got strength. Fantastic. I really like that energy. some of you are realizing that everything that you went through was in order to gain enough strength required to be able to function properly and on a high vibration in the new cycle that you're about to embark into. You're realizing that what you went through was not in vain, and that it was actually divinely, strategically, you were strategically and divinely led to go through certain trials and tribulations, because this strength was mandatory. Where you're going and what you're going to build, this strength and this ability to be able to tame the wild in you and others, it is required where you're going. You could not have gotten where you're trying to go without the strength that you've acquired over your past timeline. So you need not damn it. You need feel very proud of yourself for what you've accomplished, how far you've come, and the strength and the resilience that you have now that you didn't have before. All right. And that was not just to have it, to say you have it. It is exactly what you needed for what's about to manifest. So good job getting yourself here. Pat yourself on the back. This is a fantastic energy to leave 2019 in. There's nothing broken. I don't care what the fuck you went through. This is how you're coming out of it. Psst, man, you guys are hard-bodied. Good job. So be excited about being prepared now for where you're about to go. I'm excited for you. Yeah, you know where you're going. A lot of what you were downloading and manifesting, okay, you were telling God, I want this. This is what I envision for myself. This is what I remember from my Akashic records. How do I make this happen? And the divine put you through a series, like an obstacle course. Like I'm literally seeing this obstacle course, and you're banging up your knees. You're scraping your knees. Your back hurts. You're banging your head. You're going through it. You come out of that obstacle course, you're more skilled, you're stronger. It's like this training. The divine put you through a cycle, a circuit, because you needed to know the skills. You needed to have the ambidextry. You needed to have the skill and the strength. It wasn't in vain. A lot of what you went through wasn't in vain, guys. So if you're not feeling this way, you might not be looking, you might be still looking at yourself from a victim mentality, right? But if you are looking at everything that you've went through that is more harsh and tough in nature, know that this is what that was for, why you agreed to God to go through certain things, because you told God, I want an opportunity to come down here and be stronger than I've ever been. I want to maximize my potential. And you went through the ringer to gain the strength so you could compound and maximize your potential. So I think you guys know exactly what's coming. What I just don't think you realized was the strength that you needed for this manifestation that you now have. So congratulations, if that makes any sense. All right, let's go into the 9-card spread. My beautiful Aquarius. I feel really good energy. I feel like the end of the tunnel, popping out of the end of the tunnel, and you're dirty and you're like angry and you're starving and you're like, that's what I'm seeing. Or this obstacle course where maybe the last part of the obstacle course was the tunnel part where you got to like crawl through the tunnel and you get out and you're like, part of you are wondering why you were put through that. Well, it's because you don't realize this yet. The strength, how much more better equipped, more skilled, and how much stronger you are now. You haven't transmuted your experience into power yet. This is what this is indicative of. But what you guys don't realize is what you're asking God for requires this kind of strength. So you got to transmute that pain, that anger into this power, because that's what's needed. Dying to know what you guys are manifesting. Oh, victory, triumph. Wow. All dirty. These are the people. This is the obstacle course, the circuit. These people are filthy because they've just gone through it. Some of you have acquired a different level of strength that I think people now can see, and are some people might be coming to you in this energy of, it's almost like they're acknowledging your strength, but they're trying to utilize it simultaneously. So there's certain people around you that see your strength and see this victory that could be had because of the new acquired strength. This is also this is the card of ego to me as well, having to tame the ego, balance it, right? So there's this new energy that you're coming out with. And it's almost like I'm getting the impression that there's certain people that see your strength and say, I don't have that strength, so can you do this for me? So be very mindful of being utilized from this new space. I don't know, I'm getting this weird energy coming in now. It's like you have this strength, you're proud, and now these people are coming to you, trying to get you to do things for them or on their behalf. So it's like stroking the ego, but essentially it's manipulating this person to do things for them. You're so strong and you're so brave and you're so this, can you do this? So be very mindful that you're not playing some role. This strength isn't to go and save everybody's day. This strength is to do something on your path, to get somewhere and to build something. But I feel like there's exterior people that see this strength in you and are trying to utilize it for their own gain. How can their strength benefit me? How can they do something for me so that I don't have to muster up the courage or the strength to do for myself? So be very, very careful of that. All right. So some of you are taming lust. Some of you realize that you weren't really dealing with emotions. It was almost like you felt like engaging in lustful behavior was a way of purging emotions. Some of you felt like it was emotions. I don't know, this is such strange energy. Anyways, let's see what's really going on here. "12 minutes in, holy crap." Okay, let's go. Your overall energy is the World. Successful completion of a very tough cycle, needing to transmute all the pain of this journey, okay, and transmute it into power so that you feel very clear about, it's that experience, you know, when people get older and they don't panic over things because they have gone through certain cycles. They've transmuted pain into power. So they have understandings, they have better patience, they're more resilient, they don't panic as much. This is a maturity, successful completion of a cycle where I think there was a lack of immaturity here, a lack of courage, a lack of strength. First card out, the Devil, lack of courage, lack of strength. Some of you guys successfully wrapped up a toxic tie. It doesn't even matter what it is. This is temptation, bondage, and addiction. I was feeling that lustful energy. Some of you have tamed the part of you, your inner shadow. You tamed the part of you that was easily baited out by temptation. Okay? Whether it was tempted to eat bad food, tempted to do drugs, alcohol, tempted to engage in low vibrational sexual interactions or relationships, partnerships. It's like it's overcoming. Some of you it's gambling. Some of you it's some of you were very, and I want to say were because I feel like you're coming off this, we're tempted to a very dark lifestyle. Could have been a dangerous lifestyle, very fast moving, flashy lights, superficial, any of these kind of environments. The devil was using temptation. It was almost like some of you were addicted to certain low vibrations. You know, it's a lifestyle, realizing that you were addicted to a lifestyle. You were bonded to a lifestyle that wasn't really reflective of who you were. And it was negatively impacting your life, your future. You could see that whatever it was that you were bonded to was actually tearing you down or taking you away from the dream or the vision. So this strength that was acquired successfully through the completion of a cycle was the cycle of removing or detaching bondage to dealing with temptation, understanding what it is, how it affects you, and doing the inner shadow work to tame that, because it's your shadow that will indulge in the, is easily tempted because it doesn't get anything from you, right? So it wants, it's hungry. But anyways, yes, this is that taming of that. The taming of that energy so that you are not easily tempted, removed yourself from any bondages that kept you held back. And then addictions, overcoming any addictions. Like I've shared with you guys, I'm working on overcoming an addiction to pot. Over 15 years, I've been smoking pot every day. So that would be me getting the strength to successfully wrap up a cycle, right? But for a lot of you, this is played in other ways. Some of you are bonded to relationships. Some of you are bonded to people who provide for you from a financial perspective. They're abusive, but they pay the bills. There's, this is a really big karmic, but I see that it's completed. It's been successfully wrapped up. So I'm curious to see what comes of it. Yeah, moving away. So whatever it is that you freed yourself from opens up new doors. At least energetically, it creates such a change and a contrast that there's this sense of freedom, but there's also this sense of forward movement. Where this energy, this bondage energy, was creating an energy of stagnation, which is very numb. There's no feelings. You can't feel anything, which is essentially what it feels like to be dead. Why we beg to reincarnate here is so that we can feel and we can have experiences, right? Part of what is so evil about stagnation, not resting, contemplation, hermit mode, no, stagnation, is the feeling of nothingness. Nothing you acquire, nothing you let go feels good. You're stuck. It's devil energy. A lot of you are moving forward from that. A lot of you used the intellect to figure out what it was, and then the strength to successfully complete a cycle of being bonded to it. Yeah. Wow, and the Empress underneath. Yeah, that's a new beginning. Anyway, justice. Balancing out the scales. This is karma. Some of you fight. Some of you, this battle that you acquire all the strength from this coming off of this devil energy. So the strength you acquired fighting this battle with this devil energy, okay, essentially creates this balance and this justice. This is the karmic scales balancing out because you bared your cross. You did what it was you needed to do to detach from this. Your faith was bigger than any temptation, any bondage. Your love and connection with your ancestors and the divine became more than what this energy could do. Okay, your love for God overcame any bondages. Your desire for emotional fulfillment and true love made any kind of temptation feel whack, soft, meh. Next card out, Three of Cups. Yeah, these are addictions, negative bondages. Some of you had social groups and friends that you felt like had things on you. So they were people that you looked at as family, but as you went through this cycle with them, you realized that they weren't. But at some point in this cycle, there was something that kept you there. It was devil energy telling you that these people, either no one else will accept you the way you are other than the people you've got. Meaning there was something about you, there was something you shamed in yourself and felt attached to certain people because they knew it and you felt they accepted you. Okay. Yeah, some of you felt like, and this could have been somebody actually like threatening you, feeling like somebody had something over you, knew something about you. The devil energy was keeping you bonded to friends that I think at some point you realized weren't, but you were still hanging out with them, chilling with them. I mean, it could have been addictions that were getting you to continue to hang out and chill. So it was like, I don't really like these people. I talk shit about them when I'm not around them, but when they call me for drinks, I go and I hang out and we drink and we talk shit. only to acquire information that these people will then go and talk shit to other people about. It was very strange. Some of you are removing yourself from very strange friendships and relationships, wondering how they even survived as long as they did. They were karmic. You had to learn very valuable lessons about yourself through a lot of these friendships. You got to see yourself through other people. That's why you brought them around. That's why there were camaraderie. So if there's something you're looking at these friends and you don't like anymore, you need to know that it is something you've grown from or still have within you. Your friends reflect who you are. And I think some of you were seeing that, understanding that, and realizing that you don't like this part about yourself or how you move, which is why you don't like these friends anymore. Some of you are realizing that the relationships that, like, some of you were in a relationship, okay? And this devil energy, this temptation, this addiction, it was addiction and temptation with regards to sex, okay, was actually messing up your mind. You thought, somebody here thought they had actual emotional feelings and sentiments to somebody, but it was the devil energy. It wasn't actual emotions. It was temptation. And some of you are starting to realize that, but you're confused because you think your feelings have changed and they haven't. It's the temptation. The level of temptation is no longer as affecting as it was before. Your emotional, how you feel emotionally of that person still is the same. The temptation, though, had you out of your position, was looking at a relationship as being more fulfilling than it actually was. If anything, this devil energy was keeping you attached and tethered to a relationship using temptation, knowing that it was depleting your resources and your energy and not actually giving you anything. So this devil energy was trying to use other people to try to get you to not acquire this level of strength. So the fact that you've acquired this means you battled this head on. You did not stray from the darkness. You looked it dead in its face. You shined your light on it and said, what up? Like, what up? And the devil energy showed you. And you handled that. Some of you dropped certain friends, man. Some of you are moving and you're not going to tell certain people that you're moving, where you're moving, nothing. Some of you know that you're moving and are never going to communicate with certain people again, even if you don't tell them. Some of you are very, very done. Yeah, 3 of Wands. This is, to me, moving on. You got 2 threes and a 6. Huh. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Some of you have a friend that's moving. Could be a partner and you're going to decide to move with them, or they're offering you to, whether you want to or not, is still undetermined. Some of you are being offered to go on some kind of exploration or pursue an opportunity with somebody because they're going regardless, but it looks like they want you to come. And I think you want to go. If you really do want to go and you see opportunity, like this is a big opportunity being offered to me and you're excited about it, but there's hesitation, it's this devil energy getting you to be fearful about exploring an opportunity. Because the devil card is the first card out, man. Next card out, 7 of Pentacles. Some of you are having discussions with people about the long-term, either long-term investments, or some of you are having conversations about investments that were made a long time ago and how you're not really happy with the return or the lack of return. Some of you are having conversations with people saying, we already discussed this a long time ago, or we already put these plans into motion. Like long-term investments and results. Some of you are discussing the results or the lack of results from an investment that's already occurred, while others of you are exploring an opportunity but are asking questions and want to get more clear about the long-term potential of it. Some of you are in a friend dynamic and there's somebody within the group that wants to plan a vacation or something of that nature as a way of trying to bring the group back together. The problem is I don't know if this group should be back together. Like there's somebody out of these 3 that is really trying to keep a group together. The problem is I don't know if this group should continue to be. Like there's toxic energy. There's bondage. It's almost like it's some of you are still friends with people from like high school or even elementary school and are realizing how much this has actually stunted your growth development. Like some of you have the same friends from high school, live in the same town. It's like it's almost ancestral. Like how there's no growth. This devil energy is keeping some of you stuck in a comfort zone. The problem is you're manifesting, you're trying to manifest growth and change, but the devil energy is stopping you from taking any actions that would bring in that growth and change. So essentially, it's this strength that's required to overcome any of the toxic energy that's stopping you from pursuing something, creating change, you know, seeking opportunity, going after opportunity, accepting it, investing. Why? 3 of Pentacles, 3, 3, 3. Wow. 4 of Swords, that's the rest and contemplation. That's not stagnation. And then the last out is the Hierophant. Under the World, the 9 of Pentacles, the Strength card again. Yep. Yeah, and if you look at this lion is looking at the 7 of Pentacles, and I can tell because the color of its eyes, it almost looks like it's reflecting into the eyes. So some of you really struggled with believing in your future. Some of you need to have strength to see your future and invest in it. Some of you lived very in the moment lifestyles, the kind of lifestyle of I could die tomorrow. Well, the divine's like, yes, you absolutely could die tomorrow, but have a little bit of faith in your journey and try to look at the long term. Because some of you were living day to day. You were not saving money. You were not investing in yourself. You weren't even taking care of yourself health-wise because you had no hopes for the future. Like there's this sense of needing to not just have hope for the future, but invest in it. So back up your faith. Yes, I have faith in my future, and this is what I'm going to do to back it up. The divine is asking you to have the strength to have long vision, guys. Really have faith in your future. For some of you, this is the patience surrounding an investment that was already made. This lion is watching and waiting for something to be ready to be pounced on, eaten, right? Snatched up, reaped. Some of you have acquired the strength to love again. Because with the Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, practical, big-hearted, inner strength, power, and courage. It's the courage to be big-hearted again. Some of you were like that by nature, but over your experience had shut down and actually became somebody who wasn't open to love, intimacy, and didn't really come off super compassionate. And it was funny because when people would say things to you like, you're not supportive and compassionate, it would really bother you because that's who you are by nature. It was just that things in your life had made you feel it wasn't safe to nurture and be big-hearted. It was almost like shutting down your heart chakra in order to protect it. And that was why that 4 of Swords energy had to come in, so that you could rest and contemplate your broken heart in order to heal it and bring it back into your experience again. Some of you are going to need the internal strength to be open to love, but not open to love in the moment. Okay, not open to just experience it. It's open to the long-term potential of what love could do for you. Some of you are reflecting on a relationship that you've been in long-term, okay, and might have already gone through a divorce. Might be, if you're not divorcing, this is amicably moving forward. This could also be for those that have already wrapped up and dissolved a karmic cycle, regardless of the nature. This could be devil energy stopping somebody from pursuing new opportunities. So it's almost like some of you have given up. This is what I mean about this long-term vision. Some of you are so beat up by where you've come from, you're lacking vision of the future. Therefore, the divine is trying to get you to make movements, move forward. And some of you are like, no, there's nothing to move forward to. No. Like there's this giving up energy that some of you have. It's needing to be excited for the future, because the funniest part is the divine's getting you to have vision for the future, and all of a sudden spring comes and your future's in front of your face. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, anyways, shit. I don't even know. The air signs have come out strange. I don't know, sometimes, and I guess maybe it has to, like, I'm not an astrologer, maybe it has to do with my placements and stuff. Sometimes I find air signs hard to read for, because I naturally live in my emotional body and in my intuition. I don't always go into my practical mind. Either way, sometimes I find it hard to keep up with the rapid thoughts of the air signs when they come to these readings with their 50 million questions and their analyzing of things. And because it's like, you come to these readings, but I find like air signs, they don't just come with questions, they come with this whole analytic in their mind of where they're stuck or where they're at, and that's the energy you guys come to your readings with. Where a lot of other signs might be like, oh, well, this is what I'm going through, I'd like some verification or clarification or whatever. Air signs are like, this is the spreadsheet that's inside my mind, can you please help fill it in? It's like, and now I've got this spreadsheet in front of me and I'm like, what the fuck am I even looking at? So it's like, I feel like, yeah, it feels like data mining. I feel like I'm data mining when I read for the air signs. But anyways, you guys let me know your thoughts. And I say it on the Patreon too, guys. You guys are very evolved at this point. You're your own high priests and high priestesses. If these messages don't resonate, talk about the energies, because first of all, there's nothing I can do about that. If the reading doesn't resonate, don't tell me as if I can do something about it, because I can't. But what I would love to do is, if this isn't resonating, talk about the energies that are, what you are dealing with, what you are being exposed to. Right? Divine love, what you are dealing with and what you are being exposed to. Divine love. Some of you are talking, some of you in relationships are talking with friends, people who are already married. Some of you are talking to a buddy or a friend, or people who have gone through, who have been in long-term relationships, and they are supporting you and encouraging you on how you can further explore this if coming out of it is not. Because what I'm gathering is, for those that are in relationships, the devil energy might be trying to get you to give up on a relationship instead of trying to seek ways to explore and heal it. Because for others of you, this devil energy is keeping you in a relationship that you've already explored and there was nothing there. And the devil energy wants to keep you where there's nothing, so that you feel stagnant and you essentially die slowly like a wilted flower. Okay. So it can be, it can vary. Abandonment and divine love. Wow. Yeah. Some of you in relationships, fuck even relationships, because even those, for those of you that are not in relationships, this devil energy can try to get you to abandon divine love that's coming in by clouding your judgment with regards to long-term potential. Maybe getting you to engage in divine love from a place of maybe temptation or on a low vibrational way, in a low vibrational way. Some of you need to be mindful about abandoning divine love. It's something you do when you're not awakened. I don't know if everybody's done it, but I did it. Okay. And I can't go back. The nigga's dead. So just be very, very, very careful. Okay. About what you're looking at, how you feel about it, needing to put your head and heart on the same page. There's a cause and effect here. Balance, objectivity, cause and effect. This is getting interesting, but we're already 34 minutes in. Blossoming, wisdom, aptitude, and destiny. Yeah, it's getting an understanding of the future, a better understanding of the future. Some of you are abandoning a karmic situation in order to go after divine love. Some of you are 2 steps short of abandoning divine love and need to be very careful, okay? Because a lot of the time when you're in relationships and things get hard, it can be easier to leave that person and get a clean slate and go find somebody else. What's difficult is standing in your truth, in your flaws, in the areas of yourself that you need to develop, and stand in front of your partner and be willing to do just that. Okay, that's divine love, where you grow and you develop together. And some of you might be feeling like abandoning it because you feel like you can't, and that's devil energy trying to get you to think you are not capable or ready or able to do something when you are. For a lot of you, you've been ready, and this devil energy has had you thinking you were not ready. For some of you, like I said, for some of you, you saw yourself in your friends. This devil energy is keeping you tethered to people because it actually negatively impacts you and how you look at yourself. You look at these friends and you see yourself in them. That's the problem. For some of them, that's the problem. Okay. There's a part of you, the self that you say, there's a part of you that needs to say, I don't like what I'm seeing. And it's because I have this in me and I don't like being this way. For some of you, it's gossiping. For some of you, you get around people and all they do is run their mouth. And it's like, weren't you just chilling with that bitch? Like, aren't you guys friends? Like, weren't you just at her mom? Like, weren't your kids just playing? Like, it's that kind of energy. You don't want to talk shit about any people anymore. So now you're getting a little irritated getting together for drinks with people who all they do is talk shit about people. So like I'm saying, this devil energy was keeping you tethered to these people, getting you to vibrate low with them in order to keep them around, in order to keep the friendship going. A lot of you were compromising your own morals and values in order to fit in with a group of people that vibe so low that you're getting to a point now where it's like you are maybe looking at them like devil energy. You know, some of you, I see you guys out with friends and you're quiet. And your friend, these people don't even notice. Some of you I see out with friends and you're going through a lot of things and you go out and you meet these people and they're not listening to you. They're not supporting you. They don't ask you how you're doing. You know, the drama that they talk about, it's the same shit over and over again. Meanwhile, you're going through like real life things and you would love maybe 15 minutes of some support and, you know, a shoulder to cry on, and you're not getting it. It's like you're realizing that you don't really get much out of this social group other than some friends to get high or drunk with or to go out on a Friday night with. You're realizing that the long-term potential of this friendship is no longer. And I think it's because these are friends you had from a younger timeline. And now you're growing up and becoming mature, and the maturity isn't reflected in the friends anymore. So now you're looking to seek people who are a reflection of who you are now, not who you were 15 years ago. Some of you are very tired. Some of you I see snapping. Some of you I see turning on somebody because they're talking negatively. You're over it. Somebody's very over a social group or a dynamic. For some of you, this dynamic has already crumbled and it looks like somebody wants to try to bring it back together. I'd be very hesitant about that because I don't know how much change has really occurred. It looks like the devil energy is trying to keep you there, and it doesn't mean these people are evil. Okay, because the person that I feel like is trying to resolve a friend group is trying to do it in their best interest, but they are not seeing that this is done. Like there's a sense of like, sometimes we don't know how to let go certain relationships, certain friendships. Doesn't mean that there has to be love lost. People think that if there's love there, you need to stay. I tell you guys all the time, there's a difference between loving people and wanting to be with them. And here I'm looking at friends. Like I'm seeing friends. I am seeing relationships too. Some of you are questioning giving a relationship another shot because you might have experienced cheating in your relationships and wondering that if I invest in this relationship long term, am I just going to be cheated on again with these 333? And then the 4 of Swords, which is the only 3 not here, is heartbreak, but we've got the 4 of Swords. So this could be heartbreak that's already occurred, and evaluating whether or not you can have a second chance with somebody because essentially the trust has been broken and somebody is lacking the long-term vision or is questioning whether they want to continue to invest in a relationship because they lack faith about the future of it. Somebody broke the faith of a relationship, so now somebody's lacking the future vision of it. and is entertaining possibly new options. For some of you, there was cheating in your relationship, and instead of leaving your relationship, you've just decided to cheat on your partner in return, which is essentially bonding you deeper and deeper to the timeline, deeper and deeper to that karmic cycle, that relationship. Yeah. Celebrations and shame and victimhood. Some of you are ashamed to celebrate with certain people. Some of you need to be very mindful. Some of you are taking a victim approach. Oh, don't be that person at the party. There's somebody here who's at a celebration going around crying to everybody about some shit. Either a breakup, either something going on. It's like, this isn't the place to talk about this. I'm seeing somebody wasted crying. This is somebody who likes a lot of attention. Because to do this at a party is very strange. It's very strange. It's like, go home then. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't even know what this whole reading was about. It was very, like I said, the Gemini reading yesterday was like that too. I don't know. Earth wasn't. Earth came out very smooth, but the air signs for the past 2 or 3 months have come in really choppy. Guys, that Aquarius video that I did last time, and I was surprised that it was the highest viewed, but I had gone through something right before I did that video. I just didn't want to wait because I had done all 11 videos, and then I had one more, and I had a very fucked up morning. Like, I had the police at my fucking door. Like, it was a thing. And then I came on to the video, and part of me was like, don't do it now. And I'm like, no, fuck it. I'm going to do it now. And then I cussed the shit out of everybody. I was foaming at the mouth. Anyways, that was why I had that disposition. Either way, the messages came out. It goes to show you. It doesn't matter. As long as you are, an open channel and your heart and your mind is open, you'll channel messages, man. You don't always have to be, clearly. Anyways, I don't know why I'm going on this rant, but let's wrap up. I might do bonus readings for the heirs, because Libras are usually the Libra reading last month was so, I couldn't even understand it. I literally wrapped the reading and said, I don't know what's happening. Maybe I need to check out my own placements, because I know that Gemini full moon really got people kind of fucked up communication. The King. Mm-hmm. And the kiss. Lucky motherfuckers. No, I'm just joking. I'm all fiery. All right. The King. Let's see. No, that's the Creator. The King. The ruler, the commander, and the emperor. If our lives are imagined as a kingdom containing the entire spectrum of human existence, the king presides over it all. Though the lenses of the king we assess the state of our land, make decisions, and rule accordingly. Therefore, the king must be thoroughly and regularly vetted so as to avoid corruption. Recognize the dual nature of the king. He is either seated in benevolence and strength, guiding you towards peace, or he is oppressing the weak out of a need to control. There is not much middle ground. Some think of the king as the ultimate expression of the ego. Yet the great kings of mythology and history serve from an egoless place, straight up. They take their throne with grace and humility, knowing the divine uses them as a channel to heal deep and long-standing disciplinaries in the kingdom. When light, in the kingdom. When light, benevolence, divine leadership, service, and nobility. When dark, oppression, misuse of power, corruption, and go deeper. The Dalai Lama, Indra, Richard III, Macbeth. The king is necessary. He is a bridge between the external and the day-to-day. It is also said that it is necessary for the king to die. He is a death of ego. Once the king's relationship to divinity is broken or challenged, he often acts from a place of fear, scrambling to uphold his image and power. I know these fools. There's a lot. You guys are going to see this in 2020 so much. All these fake kings and fake queens scrambling because their royalty does not stem from divinity. It stems from devil energy, materialism, bondage. These fake leaders that oppress people, they don't inspire them. They're egotistical. You know, real leaders, real kings, real queens, they're humble people. They're loving people. They care about people. They don't oppress people. Real leaders instill freedom in people. Like they ain't got like they are expected to move like free, God-fearing people. Yeah. Those that have, a lot of you are stepping into your spiritual royalty through your connection with the divine and your understanding what this king, queen really truly means. This will also get you to understand what you're seeking in a partner. It's not somebody who presents themselves as a queen. It's somebody who resonates as one. And vice versa, feminines. Don't let these masculines fool you with their fancy clothes and their jewelry. That king, that big dick king energy, it's a vibe. It is a vibe. You cannot buy it. You cannot fake it. It's a humble vibe. People are drawn to these people naturally, feel safe with them. There's a king and queen in every single bumbaclot one of you people. Okay, some of you do need to look at your land, inventory your land. Some of you do need to look at yourself as a leader, especially after the cycle. Anyways, and the kiss and the mystic. Ooh, it gets sexy. It gets sexy, but I gotta wrap. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what this reading was about. All right. But you'll definitely let me know your thoughts. Why don't you try to also share your downloads too? I'd love that. Okay. And either way, guys, Happy New Year's. And until the next time I see you, continue to let your inner angels live. Okay. Mwah. Ciao.